Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my Let's Play Minecraft on Mondays. So this is my third episode of my building of this massive castle. And as you can see here, I am now putting in a window, at least the first of the windows that I wanted to put in here, bordering it with the mossy rock. And at first I decided to do it that way, and I looked at it and I was like, you know what, I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks like that, so I ended up taking out two of the corner bricks and just making a complete rectangle out of it, ultimately. Here I'm still kind of working out, like, okay, how do I want to do this again? Just trying to figure out the design and how I want it to look and that kind of thing. So there we go. There's the rectangle, and just kind of replacing those in there, putting the brick back, I think, that I was taking out there, and boarding it around the top, and then going back and looking at it, I'm like, okay, I kind of like that better. I'm still going to put some iron grates into those windows still. I haven't yet, obviously, but I will be doing that, but just not in this episode. But they're massive windows as well. There's going to be some smaller windows that I'll be putting in into the castle as well along the way, but that may be a little while yet. But here I decided to go ahead and kind of add another layer of brick at the top of the gate, kind of build that up, and kind of start building up this one side wall a little bit before going ahead and starting the wall on the other side. So here we go, just kind of going up and down, placing the brick. And now that the wall is getting taller, at first I didn't necessarily like the double stripe of the mossy stone that I had at the bottom. But considering how massive this castle is going to be, I think it makes sense now that you look at it that way, especially once you look at it at the complete height and everything. And here I wanted to look at the shape of it and everything, so you can kind of get a feel for the shape of that part of the castle. And you can see over here on this side, the ground almost is shaped perfectly for it. So here I'm going ahead and starting to build out the next kind of hexadecimal room, as well as building out the wall that goes towards the back. And it's going to go back about as far as the wall on the other side. And here you can see there's another kind of almost natural stone staircase down into kind of a water grotto cave system. It's going to be just outside of the castle, and so I may try and find a way to incorporate that into the interior of the castle. I may actually build something else to the side of the side of the castle, perhaps a side building or something with a door in between, etc. Alright, obviously first thing I have to do here is kind of clear away a lot of these trees. I will be clearing away all the trees in this episode, but yeah, I have a lot of trees I need to kind of clear out here, just because there's quite a lot, and I need to kind of build up some of the ground underneath the castle as well, because it just doesn't make sense. Alright, so there I did another night transition. Again, this is, I think someone left a comment a couple episodes ago about how I can skip night entirely using a little hack in the game. But obviously this is still footage that I filmed several weeks ago, so I have not yet employed that. But with the next episode, I think this is the last episode with footage that I've previously filmed, so I will be filming some new footage pretty soon, and at that point I will go ahead and probably employ that little hack so that I don't have to skip around and sleep in the bed to skip the nighttime, etc. But be that as it may, you're just continuing on the decorative stony moss blocks on this side of the wall. Just kind of trying to fill everything in here. Alright, so that's the last of the stony moss until we get up to where the window is. And I did the other window at the height of, I did 3 brick blocks, and then I started the window above that. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of fill in all the blocks here. And for those of you who are watching, you may actually notice, if you're paying any attention at all to the design of the castle and to the design of these kind of hexadecimal rooms, that I kind of screwed up on this side. I was supposed to go back in by 6 blocks first before building this longer wall into the back, and I didn't. At this stage in the game, I hadn't quite realized that yet, but you will see me realize that before this episode is done, and see me at least start the, correcting that mistake. It's like, whoops. That was kind of like, I felt like, darn it. I knew I was forgetting something. Alright, so there's the next window. And just kind of building up this side of the wall just as high as the other side as well, just to kind of get that filled in. And this part I'm not going to have to correct, so this part is just fine the way it is, thankfully. It's just going to be the one little edge there. I still have to kind of bring it in, and you'll see what I mean when I start doing the correction. Once I start realizing that I kind of screwed up there and that my pattern is a bit wrong. But I'll be doing that momentarily. There we go. Get all of this in. So this part's still okay. Most of it's still okay. It's just part of the wall that stretches back 20 blocks. That part needs some work. But here I'm taking a look at the castle again. So again, this is still kind of the main floor, even though to be perfectly honest, there's probably going to be can we say cathedral ceilings? But there's going to be, multiple floors, and the floors aren't going to be that tall. I'm not going to have, huge staircases, but I think I'm going to have high ceilings one way or the other. I think it was right around here, possibly, I was starting to realize that I screwed up the wall. Yep. Yeah, this is when I started to realize I screwed my wall up, so I'm like, okay, take her down. Like, darn it. Placement over here by this entrance into this kind of grotto area was actually kind of perfect too. I'm like, oh, darn it. But, like I said, I may be building around that kind of natural staircase into the ground, so we'll see. I haven't quite decided yet exactly, but here we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and correct this. And I actually didn't have to take out the entire section of the wall, just part of it. So there we go. Now I'm bringing it back in. That's what I meant by bringing it back in, to do it that way. And now we go back. So here we go. Kind of bringing it back. But as you notice, it is getting a bit dark out, so this episode is going to be wrapping up very shortly. I think that's as far as I'm going to go with it for this week. Thanks for joining me. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.